there for me. He's always been the person to train me and help me get better, and always looked out for me as a basketball player, and not more so of his son, just trying to get me better.
Well, Troy came here playing basketball. More of his success is due to Troy, just loving basketball as a young kid. He grew up with a basketball in his hand. Probably when he was about 2 or 3 years old. One of my relatives came over and just kind of watched him with the ball, and kind of said that he was special. He's just always loved basketball. It's not a lot to do with me. It's more so his love for the game. I think that's what makes the difference with him, is just his own passion and love for wanting to play the game and wanting to get better all the time.
It inspires me a lot, because I know most people don't have a father that will push them, help them get better. So I appreciate everything that he does for me, and it helps me and keeps me pushing to know that he's always there behind me every step of the way.
To you?
Very important. I always tell him he's my best friend. I don't love him because he plays basketball. I love him because of who he is as a person. And I think that's the greatest asset about him as a young man. He's such a great human being. He's a great student. He's a great friend to people. He's just a good citizen. And that's what's important to me. Being there to watch him play, I love to watch him play. Have learned to relax over the years and not be so much of a coach. Very thankful, for the prospects, and thankful for what they're doing with him. I have an opportunity to let him travel by himself, trust the program, trust what they're doing with the young man, and trust him as a young man that he'll do the right things. Torn between some schools. A lot of schools that he mentioned. He mentioned UNLV. I'm a hometown boy. Grew up, born and raised here, played basketball. Love the MAC. Love the program. Jerry Tarkanian is my man. A lot of the training that I do is based on what Jerry did with some of his kids, years ago. His older sister signed with Kansas this past year, so she's at the University of Kansas. I was there, fell in love with the campus, fell in love with the people there. I just think Kansas is a beautiful school. He likes Duke. I love Coach K. I think he builds not only basketball players, but great young men. UCLA was my dream school. When I was a kid, I had an opportunity to see Shabazz go there and play. Just to be honest with you, North Carolina, you could never go wrong with that school. So my thing is, I just want him to decide for himself. It's just like high school, we allowed him to make his final choice himself. So I just want him to do what he feels is best for him.
Well, as a kid, I just always thought to myself, I have to keep on working, because my dad, he's always told me that there's someone out there always working, and I've always wanted to be pushed and be better than the person that's out there. And so even as the hype gets bigger and bigger, I just try to think to myself, just keep working hard, because once you let the hype get to you, then that's when you lose control and then you stop working hard.
Well, first of all, we think in terms of spirituality. We're not better than anybody. We're just people who are trying to make a difference in life, trying to do God's work. That's who we are as people. And we'll always be people first, not basketball players, but people. So I always just talk to him think about his blessings. Think about how he's treated by people, and respect people. Love the fact that God has given him a gift, and not take that and use it to be a blessing to other people, and not take it and think that he's better than other people. As far as his work ethic goes, I always told him, hard work is the key. Talent, never play on talent. Always work harder than the next guy. Because if you stop working, somebody's going to pass you by.
Fun, funny. We laugh, we joke. We have an amazing relationship off the court. Sometimes we bicker and we fight on the court, but it's okay, because once we get off the court, we're two different people. We take basketball serious, but then when we step off the court, we're just a loving family.
Yeah. Well, he kind of summed it up. Basketball is basketball, but family is family. And, we spend more time laughing and joking than we do anything. When he was younger, it was a little bit tougher because, as a dad, you're pushing, he's pouting, you're pushing, he's pouting. So just, you know, a lot of growth on his part, a lot of growth on my part, but I think we have an incredible relationship, father-son relationship.
That.
Well, as a kid, I used to always take it personal, and that was the immaturity in me. And now, as I grow up, as I start to mature, I just take it in, and he's trying to help me, and he's trying to make me get better. And so it doesn't really affect anything off the court because I understand he's on my side, and he'll always be there for me. So the situation is always good, and I just embrace what he's saying and know that he's trying to help me and make me better.
And it's kind of ditto. You know, he's had to grow, I've had to grow. Sometimes as a father you can be overbearing. You want it more than them sometimes. And, you know, I had to grow up a little bit myself as a man and learn to, you know, respect him, learn to back off, learn to trust him, learn to let him make mistakes on his own. And I think that's probably been one of the best things this year is the fact that I have not traveled with him, you know, on the road. I've been able to trust the Prospects program, and he's grown up enough that as a young man, you know, Dad can give him some advice and step back and let him do what he will with that advice and trust him with the advice.
Younger.
Ooh, wow, man, so many memories. Wow. I don't know. I think probably the thing I remember about him most is just how he was as a little boy in grade school. Just he was always just that loving kid that teachers just loved, and probably one of the greatest experience I ever had was I had a janitor call me over, and she kind of looks at me and goes, "Is that your son?" You know, and I go, "Yeah." And she comes over and she goes, "You know what? You have a great kid," and those are the things that are important to me as a father, outside of the basketball.
I would say loving. He's always caring about people. Nights when I want to go home after practice and kids need rides, he's always there. He's the first person to take them home, first person to go pick them up from practice. Even when I feel like I should be able to just go home and relax, he's always been the person who's made me realize that you have to help people out even when you don't want to. In situations where people are having hard times, you have to be there to step up and be the leader and help them and be that person that's willing to help them.
Blessing. You know, one word, blessing. He's a blessing. Gift from God. He wasn't planned. And my two oldest ones was planned. He kind of showed up on the scene, and, you know, so thank God God had a plan for me, and you know, I'm thankful for that every day. Just great kid. Last comment is just thankful to everybody that's been a part of his life, you know, who have, you know, tried to coach him, and his teachers, and man, schools, Tobler Middle School, Mulaski Middle School, just great teachers, great people. His family has been very supportive of him, his big sisters and brothers. His mom's incredible, you know, supportively. Prospects, West Coast Select, Rebels, all of those great people at Nationals. It's just been a lot of people, you know, who have done some incredible things for my son, and I appreciate everybody. Referees too, because all the referees who went through the powder with him, they've, you know, kind of helped him grow as a young man. Everybody, you know, even the people that take the money at the front door. More than anything, you know, I want him to, you know, just be happy, you know, as a young man, whether it's, you know, NBA or D-League or overseas or wherever he plays basketball, just respect and love the game. You know, his dream is his dream, you know. I just hope that he continues to be a, you know, good young man and make a difference in life.